Well, it's been a pretty active day here across the last few hours here, and over the last couple of days it's been a little bit active as far as shower and thunderstorm activity is concerned. That is going to be the story here as we head throughout this afternoon. It is Thursday. Every Thursday we like to do the weather update to keep everybody updated on the forecast for the weekend and then preparing you for what you can expect if you have any of those outdoor plans. And then we like to do weather updates also on Mondays at 2:30. Make sure you always tune into them. Right now, though, we're going to go ahead and jump into what we're dealing with at the moment and what we can expect as we head into the end of this week and then into the weekend. Now, we do have a little bit of shower and thunderstorm activity out there for Thursday afternoon, starting to pop up into far north Georgia. That's going to continue this afternoon. We're going to see a few more of those thunderstorms really develop. Then we could even have the possibility of a strong storm. We're going to talk more about that here in just a moment. First of all, let's talk about what we dealt with earlier on today. Heading throughout the time lapse, it seems my system has frozen for the time lapse. Just a few of those frames just recently. But you see those last few frames showing in, just a little bit more cloud cover starting to pop back in. Looking at a live look across the region, you can see that we do have some of that cloud cover starting to bubble up a little bit more up towards Floyd County, up into Rome. That's a live look up their way as of 2:32 in the afternoon on Thursday. And then looking up into Noonan, down towards Noonan, you see everything looking stunning down towards the courthouse. Then everything moving smoothly at the airport. A little bit more cloud cover. Some of those clouds are going to start to produce rain later on this afternoon. You see some of that cloud cover developing as well as we look towards downtown. Now, temperatures, they have been a little bit cooler, just a little bit, thanks to that rain and also all the increased cloud cover. Right now it's 78 in Atlanta. We have 80 degrees in Rome, 80 up towards Clayton. Most of us are sitting in the mid to upper 70s. Temperatures were a little bit above average there as we made our way throughout the earlier portion of the month. But now as we've headed throughout the last few days here, we have seen those temperatures go down just a bit. What you're looking at here, that blue line, that's the average low. The red line is the average high, and we're going back from mid-May there, around May 16th, all the way through June 14th here. That's the highs and lows for each day. You see that we hit 90 degrees there earlier on this month, and then we've seen the temperatures go down just a little bit here over the last few days, getting us back to a below average, which we had a lot of below average temperatures throughout the month of April, but the heat's coming back, as it should, as we make our way throughout June. Rather, they were low in May, they were low in May, but now as we're making our way throughout June, we are seeing those temperatures kind of kick back up a bit. So the hottest we've been so far this year, 90 degrees. Of course, we hit that again on June 6th and June 7th. As we head throughout the next few days here, we're going to see those temperatures climb up a little bit again. You're going to see that in the 7-day forecast. But first, let's talk a little bit about this rainfall. Seeing a few isolated showers and storms still popping up there again into far northern portions of Georgia. Looking up towards Fannin County, stretching all the way over towards the Helen area, seeing a few of those showers and storms really start to get popping up. We're going to see more of that as we head throughout this afternoon. Let's take a wide look out across the southeast. Notice that they have tornado watches and severe thunderstorm watches for areas of South Mississippi, Alabama, the Florida Panhandle, and yes, even into southern Georgia, where they dealt with a lot of tornadic activity for Wednesday afternoon. Remember, Wednesday afternoon, we had a lot of big tornadoes down there through southern Georgia. Thankfully, though, things are likely going to be a little bit quieter for them today. Still going to have that chance for severe weather, unfortunately. Hopefully they can get some drier days here pretty soon for any of those families that need to do any of the cleanup after some of those storms. Of course, we do have a chance for a couple strong storms ourselves, but our risk is very low. We do also have the possibility, though, of a little bit of flooding. A flood watch in place for areas mainly south of the metro. Look at Troup County and Meriwether County through here, stretching all the way down through the Thomaston area and then all the way even down to Macon. You see those areas shaded in dark green. That's where we have a flood watch. Also, we have a chance for a strong storm or two. We have a marginal risk for severe weather. That's a level 1 out of 5. Remember, yesterday we had up to a level 3 and a level 4 even for southern Troup County. Our risk today, very low. If we do get anything severe, it's likely going to be damaging wind as the main threat. Also could have a little bit of hail within that too. Now, it's always important to make sure that you have a way to get those weather alerts whenever you're out and about or whenever you maybe even lose power. And one of the best ways to do that is downloading the 11 Alive app. You can take a live look at the radar whenever you're on the go, just clicking that little tab there at the top once you select the weather section of the 11 Alive app. You can also see live looks at the forecast and current conditions. 78 degrees, mostly cloudy in Atlanta. You see the thunderstorm activity this afternoon. Remember, we're expecting more showers and storms, those temperatures rising into the lower 80s. You can also send in your weather wow moments, and then at the very bottom there you see Watch Live. If we ever have any severe weather and you may lose power, you can still get our newscast right there at your fingertips on your phone. Make sure you download that 11 Alive app, and also download our 11 Alive Plus app on your Roku or Fire TV. You can get extra weather updates and news updates on those news stories that you found really interesting on our newscast. You can find extended versions of those news updates, as well as the weather updates like the one you're watching right now, right there at your fingertips. So let's talk a little bit about the timing of these showers and storms. Now, I want to let you know, before we talk more about this forecast model here, the weather models have not been initializing well over the last 24 to 48 hours. That means they haven't been showing what's actually happening right now very well. So with that being said, if they're not initializing well, typically they don't handle what's happening in the future as well. So you may see the storms occurring over Duluth, Marietta, but these storms still could end up being more over the Covington, Edenton area, even by 5 p.m. What's important to note, what this weather model is showing us, is that there's going to be some potential for shower and thunderstorm activity this afternoon, so you need to be ready for that yourself. As we head throughout the afternoon, we are expecting the possibility for those widespread showers and storms, but overnight tonight, like what this model is showing here, we expect those rain chances to go down, and we'll start off the day drier there on Friday. Friday is expected to be a drier day overall. Starting off with temperatures in the 60s, moving into the afternoon, you see a lot of sunshine. This one weather model trying to pick up on an isolated shower or two. I think we stay dry all day though Friday. It is looking like drier conditions as showers and storms stay down to our south and west. We get a little bit of a break from that rainfall. We needed it, but now we don't want it every day, right? So a little bit of a break there on Friday. Then we head into the day on Saturday, starting off with temperatures in the 60s, mostly sunny to start off. And look at the afternoon. It's looking drier for Saturday now, too. Remember, we did have some better rain chances over the last couple of days for Saturday, but the model trends have pushed back on the rain chances there. I like that myself because I think I'm going to do a little bit of paddle boarding on Saturday. I hope everybody can get out and enjoy some of that weather on Saturday. Know, though, that you'll want to keep an eye on the forecast just in case we start to see things change back to showing more shower activity. As of now, though, Saturday is looking drier. Hopefully everyone can get out and enjoy the day. Drink plenty of water, though, because it is going to be hotter outside there on Saturday. Moving into the day on Sunday, temperatures are going to be in the 60s, and then we are going to see those temperatures rise into the 80s again for the afternoon. Here's those rain chances. Remember, we have the rain chances for today. Looking at Friday and Saturday, we've now dropped that rain chance completely there to start off the weekend. Sunday, 30% chance for rain, mainly in the middle to latter part of the afternoon, and then the rain chances go up a little bit more for Monday and Tuesday. Here's how much rain we can expect over the next 7 days. It's actually a significant amount. You see that we could get anywhere from about an inch to maybe even up to 3 to maybe even 4 inches in an isolated spot or two. That's a good amount of widespread rain. We kind of need that too. Remember, we had abnormally dry conditions start to pop up on our drought monitor over the last week, and we needed some rainfall to help catch up. We've also been in a deficit for the Atlanta area on rain, but as of yesterday's rainfall, we are now where we should be for this time of year. Yesterday's rain came up over 3/4 of an inch of rainfall. We're at 0.84. You see there just for yesterday, and that also puts us on the high end of being near normal for the amount of rain that we should have by this point of the month. But what about by the year? Our normal year to date, 23.14. Yesterday's rainfall got us right there to it. So again, we're not at a deficit anymore, but we want to be at a surplus. The latest drought monitor, it came out this morning. It does not include the rain we had yesterday. It only takes into account rain all the way up through Tuesday each week. Then everything's put together on the map, and then the map comes out every Thursday morning. So this map only updates every Thursday morning. And you see that we're still under abnormally dry conditions, but if we still get some significant rainfall over the next time period from Thursday, and then again we're dry Friday and Saturday, but then on Sunday through Monday, if we get some significant rainfall again, then it could mean that we see those abnormally dry conditions go away, and that's what we like to see, right? We want to make sure that we don't get any drought conditions out there, but we also don't want to flood. We want to be right around average for this time of year. Let's take a look at the tropical outlook. Of course, tropical systems could bring a lot of rainfall, right? Thankfully, none expected to impact Georgia here as we head throughout the next week, but there is something that we're watching out there. All the way just off the coast of Africa, we have a 0% chance for tropical development over the next 48 hours, but over the next 7 days, a 20% chance for tropical development as the system shifts its way across the Atlantic through what's some very warm water for this time of year. Even though we are now in more of an El Nino phase, which would typically mean lower chances for development in the Atlantic, we have some very hot water out there compared to what the normal is. So some development could be possible here. It's something we'll keep a close eye on. Nothing to be too concerned about, but something we'll, of course, continue to keep you updated on all the way through the Atlantic hurricane season. Right now, we've only had one named system, Arlene. We had that last month. No name systems have been taken since, but the next name on the list would be Brett. So September 10th is typically the peak of hurricane season in the Atlantic Basin. It started June 1st, it ends November 30th, and of course here at 11 Alive we'll keep you updated on that all throughout the season. Let's check out the 7-day forecast. We've got Father's Day coming in on Sunday. Unfortunately, that does come with a 30% chance for a few showers and storms. That's mainly going to be late in the day there. Take a quick look at Friday. Chesley was in this morning. He chose that as the pick of the week because it's going to be so nice outside. Saturday, again, going to be drier and nice. Still going to be hot though, almost hitting 90 degrees there on Saturday. Going to be rain chances back in on Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, those rain chances linger around with temperatures closer to around average this time of year, sitting around in the mid-80s. Now, we will be feeling a little bit more below average though beyond the 7-day forecast. We're looking at day 8 through day 14. We're looking at the end of the month of June here. It's looking like we are going to have temperatures more below average. That would be lower 80s for highs for this time of year. You'd like to see that, right? You don't want to be hot out there. And then also the above average rainfall is going to be possible for that same time period. Again, the end of the month of June. Let's also take a look at the weekend getaways. You see that Lake Lanier is looking pretty good. Saturday, great weather now. Remember, we were talking about the possibility for rain chances a couple of days ago, but now the weather models have backed off on that, and Saturday is looking great at Lake Lanier. Sunday afternoon, I think we're going to have a few isolated showers, so if you're taking the boat out, make sure you have that 11 Alive app so you can see the radar to see where some of those showers and storms could be occurring. Heading down towards Savannah, great weather all weekend. Monday, going to bring some rain chances back in. Same thing to go with Charleston, South Carolina. Gatlinburg, great for Saturday and Sunday. A little bit of rain bookended on the weekend, though, there for Friday and Monday. And then Destin, looking like a stormy weekend. But you know how it is in Florida. You always have those pop-up afternoon showers and storms. You'll manage to find a little bit of sunshine here and there if you're headed down towards the Emerald Coast. Also taking a look at the Peach State outlook. If you're traveling around the state over the next 3 days, should be fairly dry. A few spots, though, are going to pick up on some rain chances by the time we head into Sunday. So I'm going to bring back up the 7-day forecast. I hope that everybody can have a wonderful week ahead of them. Remember, we love to do these updates every week on Mondays and Thursdays at 2:30 p.m. We'll see you again on Monday. Have a wonderful weekend, and we'll keep you updated on everything right here at 11 Alive.